already starting out great. Hi everyone, it's Tara. I am former Miss Georgia 2023 and represented the state of Georgia at the 102nd Miss America competition, and I'm also an NFL cheerleader. I've spent a lot of time learning how to perfect my makeup routine for whatever it might be for, and I'm actually doing my makeup today to go judge a pageant in South Carolina. So let's get some glam done. I've already prepped my skin. So what I have used is the Beauty by Joseon cream. I'll put it right here so that you can see what it is. And then I've also used Osea Advanced Eye Repair Cream. I use it all the time. I know some people only use it for nighttime, but I personally really like to use it all the time. I used the Polite Society. It's like this bronzing serum. I'm gonna put it right here as well so that you can see. It just adds a little bit of glow. For skin prep, I'm also using, well, I start off with the Laneige Bouncy and Firm Serum. A makeup artist used this on me once, and I don't know what about it. It just makes it better. And then I'm also going in with this, Star Glow Glowy Super Gel. It's in the shade Star Glow. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyes first in case they're, no, I'm not doing that. What am I doing? I'm just gonna go in, so I'm not doing too much on my eyes. I'm just gonna start with my base. So I'm gonna go in with the YSL All Hours Foundation in shade LN7, I believe it is. And I know this foundation is discontinued. However, it's still my favorite and I haven't found one that matches up to it. I'm also going in with the Morphe M107 brush. I like to use one of these brushes to paint on the foundation. Dip it in, and then I'm just going to paint it on. And you can't be worried about what it looks like. You gotta just trust the process. We're trying to make this last all day. I don't wanna take any time to reapply things. I wanna limit that as much as possible. You're saving so much product. Because that beauty blender is just gonna soak it all up. So let's go ahead and put some more. I don't put a ton on my forehead just because I feel like the skin on my forehead has a more even tone, so I don't need as much coverage there. However, the rest of my face, I want full coverage. So really that's gonna be personal preference, how you choose to do that. Beauty blender. And you're going to go in and lightly buff. Lightly buff. Bliss Beauty. And I'll link these all in below. But it's called, it's the No Limits Harmony contour stick, and its trick is to not paint it on your face with creams. I typically like to put it on my hand and warm up the product on my hand, and then use, this is the BK Beauty contour brush number 109, and I like to dip it into the product evenly, get it evenly on the brush. And this product a little bit goes a long way because blending is everything here. And that goes for all parts of your base. Blending, blending, blending. You cannot rush this. I believe if you have a good base and you can understand base makeup, the rest of makeup becomes easy. Now, I'm not saying like cut creases and things. Yes, those are hard. Having great makeup is a healthy balance between application, prepping, and the products you use and how compatible they are together. You don't want to use like a water-based product and then an oil-based product, because we all know how that's gonna work out, right? You have to understand the basics of, I guess, compatibility, and also those three bubbles. So like makeup prep, how are you prepping your skin? Product compatibility, are your products compatible? Are they gonna work together so that your makeup isn't separating or isn't blending or becoming patchy? And then also, how are you applying it? Are you being too aggressive? Are you not using the right brush, the right technique? Things of that nature. Blush, this has been out for a while. In shade Pink Lady. This is very pigmented and totally worth the money, by the way, because you don't need much. You just Makeup by Mario Cream Contour dual-ended brush, and that is going, I'm doing the same thing. So I really should maybe get an even smaller brush, but this is very pigmented, so like I might not even need to like dip my brush again. Like so pigmented. And now I'm just going to take my time. You have to trust the process here. It will last all day. My boyfriend is looking at me. He's like, what is that? We're still trusting the process, y'all. We're gonna go over this with concealer. I like to get the blush up and under my eye a little bit, but I'm gonna take the Beauty Blender and then I'm gonna blend out the edges, because this is so pigmented. You really do have to take your time. This is not a blush to use if you're in a rush. Now I'm gonna take my Natasha Denona and N2. I'm going to use more concealer than you think that you need. We're trying to get this to last all day. And again, don't worry about this right now. We're gonna fix it. So, I like to go in right here and down the nose, and then a little out here, and then blend those together. And then I want a little bit more highlight right here and right here. Now we're gonna blend. Some concealers, I feel like you have to wait a little bit for them to get the most coverage, but I feel like with this one, you can just go right away. You see how this is already looking a little better? It's not blended all the way, but now I'm going to take that same Beauty Blender, blush brush, same whatever's left on it. Oh no, the camera's dying, but that's okay. We'll just switch over to my phone. It all with this Lancome Skin Refining Setting Powder in Universal. And I'm just going to use this Anastasia Beverly Hills Fluffy Brush, A23. And I'm just going to use a little bit of this to set the under eyes. I don't want my makeup to look cakey, and for stage and, you know, game days and things like that, I would use a setting powder, but for this, I'm just going to be using this because I don't want it, I want my makeup to still look dewy. I want it to still look like skin up close. So for me, I want to use something lighter. Okay, sorry. It died, so. Anyways. we're on the phone. Now we're gonna go in with the Makeup by Mario F2 brush to do some powder contour and powder blush. I'm gonna use the Juvia's Place Bronzed in Medium. And then go over the cream products. You don't need much, just enough. You can always add more, but you can't really take away, so. Okay. All right. And then we're going to go in with the Rare Beauty blush and the shade Happy. It's their powder blush. So beautiful, but you can't really travel with it because it will break. So we won't be bringing this with us. Just a little bit, and then you're just going to go over. And this has a little bit of a glow to it, which I like as well. And I really love blush, so I like to pack it on there. That's just a personal preference. You don't really need to do what I'm doing. But this makeup will last all day. Okay. It's looking fabulous. And with the Dior, what is this? The Dior Backstage Glow Maximizer palette and Universal Glow. And I'm just going to put this all over my face with a big Real Techniques 400 brush. I'm just gonna do a little swirl. And I'm just going to lightly bring some of that glow back. But I'm not being too much with it because, you know, we don't want it to look like powdery glow. Like, I don't think, like, to me, that's not the vibe I want today. But anyways, I just put it everywhere. Before we spray our face, I'm going to go in and do my eyes really quickly because once you spray it down, I feel like that you can't really do much changing. So I'm gonna use the House Labs Bronzed Umber and Light. It's like contour, powder contour or bronzer. And I'm just going to use it in the corner of my eye. We're not doing much to the eye. Again, this isn't a day where I'm gonna be doing much. And I'm just going to blend that in to bring some definition to the eye. And then ever so slightly, I'm going to use a little bit of a darker color in the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette. It's the mini version of it. I like this. Do for eyes, really. Now I'm gonna go in with the Patrick Ta For Eyes Talk to My Team. I think it's in shade Talk to My Team. Some Eye Illusion Eyeshadow Duo Major Dimension in shade Talk to My Team. And I'm gonna go in with both and just pack it on the eye. A little bit of shimmer to the eye, but it's not, you know, so too much. And if you want to add a little bit more, which, like me, I like to go in with just like a little brush like this. It could be any brush. Go back to my Dior Backstage palette. And I'm going to use the lightest color here. Dip the brush in and do the inner corner. You don't have to. I just have hooded eyes and I think it makes me look a little bit more awake. The Maybelline Express Brow in shade Soft Brown. And I'm just gonna go and do my eyebrows. I'm still learning how to do my eyebrows, y'all. So if anyone has any tips, drop a comment below and let me know what I should do differently, because I feel like I'm just okay at brows, but that's okay. I attempt to do hair-like strokes, but then there are some people, I see them do brows and I'm like, wow, if only I could do that to mine, because it just never turns out right. We're gonna try our best here. This is where it all goes bad for me. Sorry, I think I like make grunting noises while I do this because I'm like trying. I don't know if I'm like breathing when I do this. Okay. I can't really talk and do this. All right, I'm just going to try to do the other brow and get through this. NYX Professional Makeup Brow Glue. And it has like this type of applicator. Smooth it out a little bit. Sometimes I feel like if I get too much, I like wipe it off on my hand, but basically just brush the brows down. Now we're gonna go in with the One Size Powder Melt Glass Setting Spray. This changes the makeup game. So you see how it's still a little powdery. You want your face to be like pretty drenched in it. Fan. Now, as you can see, it is setting to look more like skin. You might have to go over some areas that still look too shiny, but it's gonna look like skin, okay? Okay. You really want it to dry too, because your eyelashes are gonna be a little wet, and if you want to curl your lashes, because you're not using fake lashes, you're going to want to wait for it to dry. I'm a little impatient today, so I'm just going to do it. I'm using the Tweezerman lash curler. Next, I'm going to use this brown mascara by YSL in the shade, oh, it's called Lash Clash in shade 2. I love this because it's brown. And it just, I'm trying to, I don't need like a dramatic eye look today. So I'm just doing something lighter. And also, I wanted to ask you guys what color you think my eyes are, because I've heard so many different things. What do you guys think? What color are they? They look pretty green right now, I think, but it's always a mystery. Okay, anyways, those are the lashes. We're not, again, I don't need too much. Okay. I remember when we were all doing those 2016 brows. You can only imagine how mine looked. They No. Now I'm gonna go in with the NYX Lip Lingerie Lip Stain in shade Up All Night. And I like the tiny applicator here. I go in with the MAC lip pencil crayon, or the MAC lip pencil and Vino. It's like a violet color. And I'm just going to, I like the way this looks, so I'm just going to like outline my lips in it lightly because it can go on dark. Or the Maracuja Juicy Plumping Lip Oil by Tarte. It has little stars on the cap. It's kind of cute. You just push it, and then the Anastasia Beverly Hills Guava Lip Gloss because it's really light. For a little bit of a darker lip today, I feel like I want to add some pink into it still. I'm going to add some of this Anastasia Beverly Hills Glitter Gloss. Now that I've done that, I'm going to take this final step. It's looking really good. I'm going to put this right here because I'm going to use my One Size Until Dawn Bronze Veil Setting Spray in color Caramel Glow. They sent this to me and I absolutely love it because it adds a little bit more glow, but I have blonde hair, so I don't want it getting in my hair. So here we go. And it just adds like a little bit of glow to your skin, like a little bit more bronziness, if you will. And now I'm just going to take the same Anastasia Beverly Hills fluffy brush, go in with my powder again, and just lightly touch up where I feel like there needs to be a less shine. Made such a difference. Just a little. And then right here. And because it's light, it's not going to take away your glow. It's just going to pat down those places where you don't want it. Probably add some like dry shampoo to the hair. But the final look, I feel like it looks good. Comment what you think down below. But yeah. Anyways, I'm going to try to post every week or every other week, depending on how my weeks go. But I'm really excited to be starting my YouTube channel, and I can't wait to get to know more of you guys and find out what you like, what you don't like as far as what I'm posting and what kind of content you want to see.